Welcome everyone to this presentation that will provide you with an outline of a policy toolkit which has been produced in the framework of the 4H Create project. My name is Valérie Moreau and I'm responsible for international networks at Laval Mayenne Technopole with one of the two French partners of the 4H Create project. Laval Mayenne Technopole is a business incubator and we are a member of EBN, the European Innovation Network of Business and Innovation Centers. And on a daily basis, we contribute to the economic development of our region by means of innovation.
Hello, everyone. I am Marianne Mauvieux, and I'm the responsible for this policy toolkit of the 4H Create project.
In this video presentation, we will first tell you about the policy toolkit setup. Then we will quickly outline a flagship example of innovation in the CCI. And finally, we will present the good practices gathered in this policy toolkit as an illustration of the key lines of intervention highlighted in the knowledge transfer model. The policy toolkit is one of the four key elements to the capitalization of a project. It gathers measures identified towards the implementation of a quadruple helix strategies to improve demand-driven innovation in the cultural and creative sector, thus contributing even more to the economic development of the Atlantic area region. With the support of all partners, LMT collected good practices identified throughout the project, with some practical examples, very helpful for enterprises, business support organizations, or policymakers. The knowledge and policy transfer tools developed as part of the project are also outlined in the policy toolkit. On top of that, more examples were collected from EU resources to illustrate the three key lines of intervention proposed in the knowledge transfer model. In his editorial written for the project policy toolkit, François de la Rosière from La Compagnie La Machine emphasizes the importance of bringing together technology and art to develop new forms of dream and turn them into a vision for urban environments and modern cities. He expresses the fact that the imagination nourishes science and vice versa, and allows to create new interactions and emotions. By integrating the latest technologies in his giant machines and creating a direct contact between the viewers and his machines, able to move in the streets of cities, François de la Rosière has launched 20 years ago an artistic company with more than 20 employees today and has given to the Isle of Nantes a major touristic attraction renowned beyond the borders of the region. The CCI are identified as a source of innovation on multiple fronts: economic, market-driven, but also social and cultural innovation through the use of different kinds of knowledge, and as such, they need to be addressed specifically, taking these specificities into account.
In the second part of our presentation, we'll focus on the best practices collected for the policy toolkit. These best practices are classified under the three lines of intervention, as stated in the knowledge transfer model issued by the University of Lisbon. These three lines of intervention will guide regional policies to support cultural creative industry in their growth and economic impact. The first one is about the knowledge transfer and entrepreneurship practices to encourage a greater transfer of specialized skills to the CCI in terms of entrepreneurial and managerial practices. The second one is networking and clustering. So it's to facilitate the networking and clustering activities among CCI to increase collaboration. And the last one is the new businesses opportunities to support the creation and development of new ventures, taking into account the specificities of the market of the CCI. About knowledge transfer, there are different ways to develop that idea. The design thinking is extremely useful in tackling problems that are ill-defined or unknown by reframing them in human-centric ways, creating many ideas in brainstorming session, and adopting a hands-off approach in prototyping and testing. Then the Festival Recto Verso at Laval Virtual brings together artists, researchers, and students who explore from near or far the virtual and mixed reality medium. Its objective is to create spaces and exchanges around these new artistic forms. The Build Your Future program is a way to integrate people in the potential video game sector. The principal disciplines taught in this program are in connection with creativity, innovation, and new trends in the world of video game. And the Vista AR project is to boost the tourism of heritage sites with virtual visits. Then let's focus on the youth media team and the culture of future projects. Youth Media Team is a project from Ireland, born in 2005 and intended for teenagers. During conferences, teenagers are asked to manage the media organization, they are trained to interview personalities, and the organizing committee strongly believe that young people could generate the best media content. Teenagers were then quickly invited by other event organizers to carry out the media part of their events. The most important event the team participated in was the 2018 interview with the President of the Republic of Ireland himself, Michael D. Higgins. A really intense experience that expresses interest for the dead generation and adds value to their skill. It's also an easy good practice to realize. Another initiative from the municipality of Avilés proposes a digital workshop for young people with several activities around culture and media to let teenagers express their creativity and make links between arts and science. You will find more explanation in our Policy Toolkit books. Culture au Futur is a project backed by the Pays de la Loire region, led by Creative Tech, a cultural engineering agency in 2019. This concept brings together the region's economic, cultural, and technological players by involving them in an artistic dynamic in order to accelerate exchanges between the world of business, art, and research, to promote and develop excellence and the reputation of its player and sector of industry, etc., by putting them at the service of culture. At the end of this project, the works created will be present to the public during an event. So each department gets its own company, which chooses one artist to develop an innovative idea for them. And for example, the textile designer Pietro Seminelli was selected to work with L'Étoile de Mayenne on the development of the material and on research for a textile fabric designed for recycled elements. This good practice allows to boost creativity of traditional business and further exchanges between different worlds. Let's develop the second point, networking and clustering, with several good practices. The first one is Jornada Marca Cultura y Territorio. That is an event which tries to respond to identified challenges, to create a space for joint reflection, and to respond to the locals' need and opportunities perceived by the different stakeholders. The second is Samora with the Creative Factory. That is an economic operator, and it administrates a global support and assistance system for project initiators and entrepreneurs in this sector at all stages of project development by making available a complete range of services to them. Next, with the Fab Lab in Lisboa, this is an answer for the strategy to promote entrepreneurship and launched several initiatives dedicated to entrepreneurship and innovation, such as incubator and accelerator. The West Web Festival's purpose is to give visibility to the digital ecosystem of the Grand West region of France at a national and international level. Startup and company managers can meet to exchange and share about digital sector. So let's focus more on Arte MRD and the audiovisual hub practices. Arte MRD is a project that began in 2004 in Portugal, whose goal is to promote artistic and cultural practices beyond the context where these practices tend to concentrate. This was especially important in the Portuguese context, as municipal authorities often lacked the technical, scientific, and cultural capacities to properly maintain both its heritage and to recognize the cultural potential in the regions. The more strategic aspect of the network is put in practice by engaging political actors in big forums, where they are expected to make year-long commitments and exchange efforts. The fact that this network was organized in collaboration by technical staff at a regional development authority has led to its survival over 14 years and its expansion. The Audiovisual Hub is from France and was developed in 2017. It's the result of an ambition of tech-savvy professionals mobilizing the dynamics of cooperation and sharing at the service of economic and social development. They plan to create a synergy between audiovisual and digital professionals to explore new work models in the cultural and creative industry and to value the dynamics of the region. The hub sees itself as a facilitator with the aim of stimulating and developing lasting cooperation that will enable the creation of new activities between the region's cultural and artistic sector and new offers for the public. Members can thus meet up, share offices, set up collective projects, and exchange ideas. They're encouraged to stimulate cooperation between them. Our last point is about a new business. We have the example of the European Capital of Culture program. That is a way in which culture can be used to change the image of a place and spur the development of the creative sector. With the symbolic exemplar of Glasgow that changed its image thanks to this program. Also with Temple Bar, that is an example of transformation, which supported key projects such as the Independent Cultural Entrepreneurs Initiative, which equipped young emerging talent with business skills required to achieve their potential and develop their creative business in a sustainable way in this area. And then the Puy du Fou Park is a success from local French volunteers who played out their own history. Since, thanks to the tourism success, this park is one of the most visited in France and its savoir-faire is internationally renowned. The Global Game Jam is 48 hours hackathon focused on game development and with a theme that stimulates innovation, experimentation, and collaboration in games. And my machine project enables young people to drive their own machines, solve problems, and create an answer of what they need and what they want. And we will finish with the focus of Proyecto Lunar and Atlantic Youth Creative Hubs. Proyecto Lunar is a network of centers supporting the cultural and creative industry in Andalusia since 2008. And this network offers a range of services like communication and dissemination, advisory support to new entrepreneurs, networking events, conferences targeting specific subsector of the CCI, and many other services to strengthen the industry in the region. Proyecto Luna offers several services aimed at supporting the creation of new businesses in the sector, turning their idea into solid businesses and supporting the consolidation of the established businesses, helping them to grow, innovate, and develop their business opportunities. Since implemented in 2008, Proyecto Lunar has contributed to the solid growth of the cultural and creative industry and the recognition of its importance in the general economy of Andalusia. In 2018, the program launched 537 companies of the sector and more than 305 events were organized. Atlantic Youth Creative Hubs was created in 2017 in France. The role of the project is to encourage entrepreneurship, enterprise, and employment skills by connecting people, ideas, skills, and technologies across an international network of hubs for young people under 30. One of the aims of the project is also to foster local economic development. Different activities are provided by this project at the local level. Incubation program, awareness workshop, and creative marathon in collaboration with local partners. One of the objectives is to anticipate the changes that are going to happen in the cultural and creative field and to be innovative and creative about these changes.
All documents and good practices mentioned in this presentation are available in the policy toolkit developed and designed by Laval Mayenne Technopole with the support of all partners. We have wished to produce a pleasant and easy to read document as a practical tool to transfer the project outcomes to third parties. It will be distributed to the local authorities, enterprises, experts, business support organizations, academics, and all stakeholders of the project throughout Europe, and in particular in the Atlantic area region. This policy toolkit has the format of a book and will be available both in a digital version or in paper copy. This document will be disseminated through existing networks and social networks. We hope this presentation answers the question you had regarding the policy toolkit. The document itself will be available next week during the Capitalisation seminar. We will provide a web link where you will be able to upload it. You can also send us an email and we will send you the link as soon as the policy toolkit is online. We will obviously be available to answer any questions you may have on the policy toolkit during the 4H Create Capitalisation webinar. Details are available in the description below. Thank you for your attention.